I've loved, forever the classic Blue Note recordings of the early 1960s. So like albums like Lee Morgan's Cornbread or Kenny Dorham's Una Mas. What they did at that time, those albums would often start with like kind of a groovy, infectious tune, that was like more in like a rock or a funk groove. And then they'd take the rest of the record, they'd be like swinging. And I thought, man, wouldn't it be cool to do a whole album like that? Actually put a concert together in this space, and I'd written all these compositions, in this vein, and we tried them out, and they seemed to go over well. This is the perfect space to record like they did back in the day, all in one room. But I don't know what I was smoking when I made this chart. That's just a hit on the downbeat, guys. It's not pushed.
Did it occupy?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's try this. It's so fun and satisfying to just write for quintet, for two horns, and to make decisions about who's going to have the melody, how they're going to interweave. There's a song I wrote called Tumbling Down, where they're literally, it's called that because they're like falling on top of each other. Where one ba-da-da-da and the other one guy comes in, and then eventually they're harmonizing. So maybe
let's do Things Are Getting Better.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it's just move that over to the downbeat. It was a little challenging sometimes to figure out like, okay, I write the harmony and the melody and the bass line. But in terms of the drums, I try to leave that open because I want, especially with Roy McCurdy, for him to listen to it and kind of bring what he's going to bring to it. That said, like sometimes he would come up with an idea and I would say, oh, Roy, I think it's a little bit maybe this way is what I was envisioning, but I didn't want to like just put a straitjacket on him right away, let him offer what he's going to offer. So I started writing a bunch of songs like this, put this band together around a legendary drummer named Roy McCurdy. Roy is exactly what I'm talking about. He's a jazz drummer, like tried and true, and then kind of being asked to play funk or more straight grooves and approaching it from that way. You can't really get a more authentic take on that than from him. When we record in the great studios, in Los Angeles and New York, everybody's isolated. When you record in one room, you have the option of not using headphones. I mean, we ended up using them, I think, so we could hear the bass a little better. But we still felt each other's energy, heard a lot of music happening live in the room. And there's something to that, like it changes the performance, I think. There's a lot of value in recording the other way, with all the separation. But I think the performer has to do a little bit of mental gymnastics to kind of get to that performance level that you have when you're actually playing really live with everybody and feeling everybody's energy. I'm Peter Smith, and my new album is called Smitty Straightens Out. It's available on all the streaming platforms, and it's also available on CD and vinyl. And if you want a physical copy, or you just want to learn more about it, you can go to www.petersmithmusic.com.